All right, thanks, guys. Art Municipal Jalapa takes on Darien, 6 p.m. Eastern start time. Darien's the plus money favorite at $1.30. Totals 2 flat. And if you like Jalapa in an upset, they're currently plus 205 on the money line, while the draw is currently plus 195. And speaking of Jalapa, horrible performance by them in their most recent matchup. That was with Sabanus on Wednesday. Played them to a 0-0 tie, but they were absolutely dominated in attack time the entire game. Fortunately for them, their goalie came up huge in 2 different spots in the second half. But overall, Jalapa winless in their last 2 matches, just 3 victories in their last 8 as well. They've scored just 1 goal in their last 3 matches and currently sit in 5th place in Liga Primera, 8 points behind Darien for that 2nd place spot. And speaking of Darien, they are currently just 3 points back of 1st place Managua FC. Darien's 9-3 on the season with 3 ties. They also lost just 2 out of their last 8 contests, with marquee victories over the likes of Chinandega, Walter Ferretti, and Real Esteli. Now, 4 out of Darien's last 5 victories came by way of shutout as well. Now, total-wise, ironically, just 1 out of Darien's last 8 stayed under the total of 2 goals. Meanwhile, just 2 out of Jalapa's last 4 stayed under that total themselves. I'm all over Darien in this one. Give me Darien plus $1.30 and the over 2 goals in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Saturday's Premier League soccer in Nicaragua. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully you're having a good start to your weekend. But before we go ahead and move on with the program, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again we improved to 18-9 yesterday in our last 27 crowd pleaser teaser tier package plays on that website. We're also 3-1 in our last 4 extra daily pick tier package plays on that site as well. We do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We also have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Currently, we have well over 650 members signed up and active on that page. Now, you might be wondering, why would all those folks sign up to receive Patreon picks and pay money when they can get them here for free on YouTube? And that's certainly a great thought, a great consideration. But there is a big problem with me handicapping every single game on the board side and total. And the problem is this: if you were to bet every single game on the board that I put out here on YouTube side and total with your hard-earned money, you are guaranteeing yourself failure. Once again, if you're going to bet every single game that's on the slate with your hard-earned money, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. As a matter of fact, it's a recipe for disaster. The books are way too smart. They're way too sharp. They have a lot more money than you and I do combined to be able to absorb that kind of action. And most important, the math becomes aggressively against you the more and more games you end up playing like that, once again, with your hard-earned money. So what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game on the board, both side and total. And the good news is this: if you want to check out my current Patreon record, you can actually do that for free. It's located right on my homepage. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. We'll charge you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But once again, that website is patreon.com/BrockPage. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive back into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck in the Premier League in Nicaragua, we have ourselves 9th place Las Sabanas taking on 1st place Managua FC, 6 o'clock Eastern start time. Managua's minus 185, totals 3 flat. The draw is plus 270. And if you like Sabanas in an improbable upset, they're currently plus 450 for some money line cash. Now, make no mistake about it, Sabanas is a really bad ball club. Victorious in just 1 out of their last 8. They're also just 2-8 overall for the season with 5 draws. They currently sit at 11 total points on the season, which is actually 22 points behind first place FC. One more thing to add about Sabonis. They've scored just 5 total goals in their last 8 contests. Now Managua on the other side, completely different story. 10-2 on the year with 3 draws, 33 total points. Haven't lost a game in their last 8. They've held their opponents to just 3 goals in their last 5 contests. They've also garnered themselves some marquee victories over the likes of Diriangin, Walter Ferretti, and Chinandega within their last handful of matches. Now, total-wise, just 1 out of Managua's last 8 games got over 3 total goals. Meanwhile, 6 out of Sabonis' last 8 matches all stayed under 3 total goals as well. Not sure why this total's at 3. Pretty high for the Nicaraguan Premier League. But regardless, FC should be able to get the job done. I'm going to lean first place Managua FC, winning this one outright for some pricey moneyline cash in the under 3 goals in that contest. All right. Next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Juventus Managua squaring off with Real Madrid's 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Juventus is minus 140, totals 2.5, draws plus 245. And if you like Madrid's in an upset, they're currently plus 340 for some moneyline cash. And speaking of Madrid's, they're currently sitting at the bottom of the bunch right now with just 14 points on the season. They're currently just 4-9 on the year with 2 draws, 19 points behind FC for that top spot. Madrid's is winless in their last 3, and they only won just 2 out of their last 8. They've scored just 6 goals in their last 8 contests, and just 1 goal in their last 3. Juventus, on the other side, they only lost 3 games in their last 8 themselves. They actually garnered themselves marquee victories over the likes of Walter Ferretti and Diriangin in a shocker, which surprisingly was a 3-0 shutout victory of Diriangin, an absolute drubbing in that matchup. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Juventus' last 3 got over 2.5 total goals. 5 out of their last 7 also got over the 2.5 as well. Meanwhile, on the Madrid side of things, 2 out of their last 3 got over the 2.5 themselves. I'm going to lean Juventus in this spot here. Give me Juventus Managua, minus 140, and the over 2.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Shout out to Mark Baldwin, Roy Munson, Griff HD, Terry the 10th, I am Filippos, Santiago Mesa, Stephen Lewis, Stephen Martinez, Shady McQueen, Sandbox Mafia, Kiwi NZ, and last but certainly not least, gotta give a shout out to Daniel King. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.